Check, check. Check, check, sound check, sound check. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, loud and clear. All right, give it a moment, guys. It's been a day. We have quite a bit of contact to go over. And see a bunch of you guys popping on here. Wow. Roxanne's, there's Angelic, everybody, Dave. Awesome. All right, cool. Guys, we are in episode 31. I, again, was not aware I'd be doing an episode this evening. But here we are, and we have a lot of ground to cover. I hope everyone had a good holiday for those of you in the States, especially with the craziness of the world and what's going on, that you were able to proudly be out there and do your thing. What I want to say is, I want to shout out to some people who have been in touch with me recently. David, Tara, VJ, Marsha, Stephanie. Welcome aboard, Stephanie. She's one of our newest advisors to the team. That's also going to be helping us with some of the information breaking down. We have different advisors, have different fields or expertise, and they are all sharing this community. Angela, I want to thank you personally. Moon Boots, especially. Moon Boots, thank you. Tara, the glue that holds it together. And if anyone that I am missing, I do apologize. There's so many of you. I get messages from around the world. I love you all. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. This is a tough one. Even from local people who know me in the neighborhood, and Garrett and such. Shout out to you, brother. Witnessing some phenomenal stuff, especially the other night on July 3rd. My son's on July 4th as well witnessed, and we'll go into that. And we'll also go through the proper episode 31, where we'll go through contact as it happened during that time. Where we left off was on June 28th. During episode 30, we did have contact. Excuse me. So I had this, little side thing before we get into it. Wow, the last few days, I've been having the BGs. You know what that is? The bubbly guts. So yeah, I've been tired. Extremely tired. Having a lot of stomach issues. And a little bit of stress, but I'm staying positive, and we're gonna get through this together. I think I'm on the outskirts of it, coming out of it. So with that being said, I hope you're all doing well. I know Tara will probably throw up a Discord link that's still growing, and so we can communicate and do those types of things. Hey Tara, yeah, you just made it. Leron, what's going on, sir? All right, with that being said, let's jump right into contact. So, June 29th, the day after our episode 30, I asked questions. I said, what must be done next, and who is the fellow Lyran who made a foolish request? Because during the air of that episode 30, they responded in June 28th, this job will be to see that the air, with the help of light on the ground, feller Lyra request of a fool. We're not going to go into it. Hey, we all ask questions, or we all make statements. I will tell you, this channel is heavily monitored. It doesn't look like it terrestrially if we're in our little social media, but it is being watched by many, many, many things, and many secret things. So with that being said, it is what it is. So we're just going to go through it. I've been told to continue to teach and share the information and the data, and I will also share the experiences as we go through it. When I stop to talk about something, it's not anything I put into the manuscript. What the manuscript is the raw data that comes in, and then that's what you get. But also we have real life 3D stuff and witnesses and people and things that are happening that also I'll share, and you can also see on the Lyran Connection, and you can see a lot of other stuff. So with that being said, let's jump into it. June 30th, 7:18 p.m., I received a message that stated, "You are the salt of the world." I asked, "We are currently in Revelation, correct? I await your response." 9:25. Now remember, when I ask questions, I have that window of opportunity. I'm asking anything and anything that comes to my mind. If I don't have a lot of time, so I'll ask it and we'll see what I get a response. June 30th at 9:25 p.m., they responded, "The apocalypse was written in the book of life for the fact that they are all right." At 9:36 p.m. I asked, "Is August 10th the opening of the sixth seal?" I'm starting to see a lot of correlation with ancient texts, biblical texts. I see a lot of different stuff with contact, so I have to ask these questions, right? July 2nd, 12:03 a.m. He touches the objects in the world that is being provided in the myth that the signal is true, which is the sixth from the ground. They said that in the last fight in battle, itself teach you of them and the disciples of thee. I said, "I await more information, thank you." Then, July 3rd, at 9:21 p.m., I asked, "Did you just fly over me?" And you can actually see it on the Lyran Connection. Some of you have seen it. We were with hundreds of people. There was a cookout, a parade. There was the fire department here, the sheriff department. There was the EMTs. I marched with the flag. The kids rode on bicycles. There was a cookout. There was fireworks by the pond. There's hundreds of people. While we were there by the pond where they were going to light fireworks, it was just getting dark, and you saw these orange balls started coming up over the horizon. The guy to the left of me, if you see on the video, who doesn't know my stuff yet, we're friends, but we just haven't had that conversation yet. He works for the airport. He goes, "That is not a helicopter. Those are not planes." And I don't know what that is. As these things are coming over, they're stopping right over us. There's 5 of them. And as they are going, they start turning out their lights. And I just took pictures and video. I asked the question. I said, "Did you just fly over me?" So I wanted confirmation. They responded truth or true, which it came in as Latin, was verum, V-E-R-U-M. So truth, true, yes. I said, "Say again so you can see." I said, "Can I get a picture from your end?" Because sometimes I'll get images in real time where if I take a picture, I'll get an image right back from space or from right over my location. So that was amazing. There were so many people who witnessed that. So then July 4th, I said, "Are you nearby?" And I put a note here in the manuscript. And I normally don't do this. I normally put it into the journal. because anything that goes where I have a sighting or a dream or a vision, it's not straight contact. I can't say it's straight contact, so it goes into a journal, and I don't want to pollute the manuscript. But what was happening is on July 4th, my boys, we were out in the backyard. This is the next night from that huge sighting. Light ships were going overhead, and we could tell the difference between a plane and when a ship was going over, and my boys saw it. I said, "Are you nearby?" I had no response until 11:32 p.m. that same night, July 4th, and they said, "Now I am." And I said, "I saw many ships in the sky in the late evening, 9 p.m. onward." And then they responded, "We are all aware of the accumulation. I'm so sorry. Accumulation. We are all aware of the accumulation." Certain words I have trouble with. Sometimes I stutter, so sorry. So they're verifying, hey, it wasn't us, but we're aware of other ships and what's going on. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing, because I thought it was the Pudrions, because this whole arc of this line with the Pudrions coming in from Andromeda and going to the Platea system, and you can go in those other last couple episodes, and see all that progress and some of the images and stuff like that. So, okay, we are all aware of the accumulation. So July 5th, 2021, I asked, how do you identify who is who? So going into that same night, July 4th into July 5th at 12:07 a.m., I said, how do you identify who's who? It's a good, because there's ships all over the place. Listen to this. This is awesome. They said the 777 hertz and the 888 hertz is the connection. I said, do you interact with them? And they said, July 5th at 12:46 a.m., about you and about that idea you went through today. I'm going to save that for another time. But so what they're confirming is, not only how are they connecting, not only are they identifying these other ships, not only are they telling you that the 777 hertz, the 888 hertz, these are connection frequencies that they are connecting to identify and transmit communications between themselves from different races, different ships from different that are patrolling. I think that's amazing. So they said, so they said about you and about that idea you went through today. So I said, I have an idea how we can reach out to a big portion of the world. At 11 p.m., you all arrive and reveal yourselves, and I can say, see, they're here. Frequency is the communication between light ships, correct? Is my teachings to the world only in the 11th hour at night, or can I conduct them at the 11th hour during the day as well? And they said, verum, which is truth or true. I said, thank you for this confirmation. Now to my other question. Is my teachings to the world only in the 11th hour at night, or can I also conduct them at the 11th hour during the day as well? Can you explain manna from heaven to me? Remember, I read everything, guys, like everyone and everything, and there's just never enough time. July 5th, 11:12 p.m., they responded, we hear you loud and clear. Now, I was about unconscious because I was so sick yesterday that I laid on a hammock, which is not my normal routine. I was reading all kinds of stuff, and I was passing out. I wasn't feeling well. And I went to bed early last night. I normally don't watch movies. So I started watching that, what's that new Chris Pratt thing with, they're showing, like, it's called, like, I don't know, it's called something tomorrow, the future tomorrow or something. Just to kind of tune out, I wasn't feeling good. I passed out, so I was asleep. But they said, they told me, we hear you loud and clear. So they're hearing me. I said I was, in the morning at 6:50 a.m., I said I was sick and went to sleep early. They responded at 11:35, finish your task. I said, I will do task tonight at 11 p.m. for the world, or must it be now? And they responded at 11:40 a.m. He arrived on the night of the interviews between the royal family. And I said, who is he? I await your response. Thank you. At 11:49 a.m., they stated, it is not blurry in the future. The more they begin to understand the ways of yours and your studies and become holiness leaders. So it's like, whoa, wait a minute. So it is not blurry in the future. The more they begin to understand the ways of yours and your studies and become holiness leaders. Okay. I will continue to study and share with the world. So I said, everyone must repent to God, correct? Some people don't believe in God. Some people do. I believe there's a God. I believe there's a King of Kings. I believe there's a creator. That may turn off some of you. Sorry, that's the truth. Tuesday, July 6th, they responded at 11:58 a.m., which is today. God is beyond all of us. And I said, what? Please explain in detail. And then they responded, that understanding is created by being a life outside of our mathematical creation, never alone. Within a time frame with all this paradox, you have a small window of time to go before being called back home. Then I was like, whoa, I got a little bit of the jitters, because the Lyons told me a couple years ago I was supposed to go back home. I missed my off the northwest of Bermuda, those coordinates I had. I missed my shot to go back, and now they said I was going to have to go through everything. And now they're saying you have a small window of time to go before being called back home. So, oh wow. So, like, I thought I had less than 9 years. That's the last time I heard. So then I said, should the teachings focus on scripture, or how much time is left for me here? And then they stated, if he be in ignorance, and yet 8 months, and but is of the world, and one of them is here, a little from the attacks of the time of takeover. The soldiers and things was in secret. If the rearward Soltraxi planet to survive hell. Now, hold up. What is all this? Because there's a lot going on here. Because we know August 10th is something big is going down. And there's going to actually be a battle around the planet. You're going to see forces going at it. This is what I've been told. So, and they're saying I have a little bit of time here to tell people to basically get right, because it sounds like a window's closing, or something's happening. Now I know during that time frame, I just found out from one of my new advisors is that is the Lion's Gate, and Lion was actually mentioned in Contact an episode or two ago. So let's just keep going on here. This is getting crazy. I said, surely there is hope. What is the name of my home? When I leave, is it forever? Will my family be able to leave as well? Am I the he you speak of? Please provide names. When is the time of takeover? And they responded at 12:59 p.m. You lead an army of excitement, and the word is tumultus, Tumultus. So like tumultus is like, the definition of tumultus is like loud, or kind of like excitement, but loud. You could look it up for yourself. You lead an army so my translation is, you lead an army of excitement to your brother. Okay, what's going on here, right? At 1:06 p.m., they also stated, and to comply with what is expected. And I said, and what exactly is expected of me to comply with? Who am I speaking with? I await your response. Thank you. At 1:17 p.m. today, they stated, you have the ability to absorb information. The roots of your studies. We are cousins, Ryan, at the Pudrians. So you have the ability to absorb information. The roots of your studies. We are cousins, Ryan, capital R-Y-A-N, at the Pudrians. I said, Ryan, are you royalty? Who would you be considered what people call angels? Because we're dealing with stuff from outside our galaxy. So listen to this. I said, is the Bible the proper book to share currently with the world? And they responded, and God called the hybrid, that is fallen, because the angels who are assigned to the council since many thousands of years ago and called Christians, if is not for a long time, was in his presence, and he came purgers. I said, so I'm considered a fallen hybrid? And if so, does that mean I was sent here on a mission? And they responded at 3:53 p.m., you are brothers, just to collect stones, but royal blood. For the moment, it will be time to return. Sometimes a Soltraxi memory killed, and the performance unit had to be fully versed in the lyra, and will also have a full understanding of our language. I said, I failed all I have, but working on the works daily I continue. Is Latin the only language you understand or speak? Since I don't remember, due to the wipe coming to the earth, because when you come to the earth, you're wiped. Even if you're like abducted, you come back, you're wiped. That's why your memory's wiped. When you come to the earth, you're wiped. Since I don't remember due to the wipe coming to earth, does not my memory return of the natural language once I leave the earth? Meaning I should remember, correct? And they responded at 4:04 p.m. today, truth. Or verum, truth, true. So I said, my question was, when you get a moment, please tell me the hierarchy of races such as the Pudrians, the Lyrans, the Syrian, my tummy, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that was all a mouthful, right? That doesn't sound like a lot. I was writing all day because I couldn't keep up, because I knew I had to do a show tonight. So the Pudrians are technically, a majority of the council are technically angels, or a higher density. The levels of, you have all these different we're third. So you're talking about way up there. This stuff is very biblical. This stuff is very, they're into the ancient texts of many different things. You're talking about gates. You're talking about battles. You're talking about a limited amount of time. You're talking about people getting right with whatever it is that you're doing, because they're coming. And I'm not trying to instill fear. I told you that on the last episode. That was the first thing they told me to work on many years ago. Fear, conquer fear, then faith, and keep going. I'm telling you that there are a lot of lies and deception in this world. You may think I'm lying, or I don't know all the information. I don't know all the information with everything. I can only tell you what I'm being told, but I'm getting confirmation on many levels. Contact in physical reality where it's happening, double witnesses daily, people who have nothing to do with the field that we're all into and we're watching and that are witnessing things, my visions that come true, information I'm told and it comes to pass. I'm not saying I'm anybody, but I'm telling you that we need to start paying attention, and we're running out of time. I'm running out of time, and I've been told this. There's going to be a day where I'm not here any longer. And it almost sounds like some of you will have to pick up some of these pieces to continue on, because this planet has been controlled by dark forces for thousands of years. And everything is coming to light, and it's all coming from basically dark to light. All truths will be revealed. Everything is going to be known, and it's gonna. And we're we're basically almost in a judgment. So you take it as you wish. You believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not going to go too far into that. I definitely wanted to share that. I can tell you, there are half the people that witnessed what happened on July 3rd in my own residence, in my own neighborhood, have no idea what or how, or they didn't even have the ability to understand what was going on. Because those who have eyes to see will see, and those who have ears to hear will hear, in its depth and its levels. Remember, Contact said everything's binded. Everything's together. People want to go, well, the law of one is over here, the Bible's over here, and that's them people, and the governments and conspiracy theorists are... No, it's all connected. It's all intertwined. And it spreads out. This is a battlefield. This is the reckoning is going to be here. This is not fear. I'm not trying to push fear on you. I'm just telling you, if you're a good-hearted person, you know you're not doing horrible, bad things that are like taking place on this planet, like some others that are doing these things, then you need to get right with everything that you have and support all each other. Just like in our community, we exchange eggs and vegetables, and we get to know each other, and we help each other, and we do the best that we can for each other, because it is love and light. It is being positive. It is. But some of us are having extreme, profound, phenomenal experiences, and not just with technology. It's in your face. It's future events. It's things that are happening. This is happening. It's not just me. I'm not just some special. Yes, I'm royal and I'm a prince and da 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 da. I'm just like you. I'm here. I'm here now. Or just like some of the Contact tells me, we're brothers. Because that's what it comes down to, is that we're all into this together. There is a division. It's whether you are on the Christos or anti-Christos side. That's what it comes down to. The majority, unless you're an insectoid where it's kind of like indifferent and they have their hive mind doing their own thing, you're working for one way. And even in those hierarchies of Christos, anti-Christos, you have groups and divisions. And they want to divide us every which way they can. Divide us by anything you can, everything. A lot of people are just depressed lately around the world, or they're down. Help somebody out. Do something nice. Go out of your way, because it does pay back tenfold. Do what you can to help each other. I can only report to you what I receive until the day I no longer am here or something happens to me. I love you guys all. I really do. This has been crazy. This journey, just to try to discover who, myself and my story. And it's still expanding. And like I always say, I don't do any of this for I don't get paid for any of this. So I always say follow the money, but I don't get paid for this. But some of you in love and karma have given me things, not like money, but like I get little gifts and tokens, and I totally appreciate it because it melts my heart. And if you look in my office, it's all nothing about knowledge and study. You come here, you can witness it yourself. And I appreciate anyone and everyone who I've had visitors that just strangers, straight up strangers, and I let them in my home and I'll feed them or I'll give them drink or we'll exchange information. I'm real. I'm that person. I'm the person that you see on here. I'm that person in real life. I may not be at all these events and this expo and this thing and paid for play, this and that. I don't know. I can't keep up with that. I can barely keep up with contact. I was writing all day until my hand fell off just so I can have this conversation with you because I'm like, I'm not going to make it. It's already 10 o'clock and I'm still writing because I can't. I have to scribe it. I have to translate it. I have people helping me that they don't get paid. I mean, this is all talk about love and light. So I appreciate every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And some of you are like, I'm out of here. This is crazy. But I'm telling you the truth. Truth is the truth. It is what it is. So maybe I'm a little off. Maybe because I don't feel so good. Maybe whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. And this is being seen, whether you believe it or not, out in the entire, and I know in this galaxy, it has been stated from contact that this gets broadcasted. Now, I may not get views and stuff. I don't know how all that works. But the ones who want to see it or what they get it. And I'm looking right now. I haven't had contact yet. But so I said to them, I'm going to have contact tonight. I'm going to share. Because it gets to a point where it's like too much. Now, what I am waiting for is I have all my images blown up. So, like, besides the video you'll see on, like, the Lyran connection, people are around, we're seeing ships and stuff. I'll get those blown up and stuff. But any image also I receive, I also do. And then they go in my library. Some of it I'll share, some of it I can't. From my understanding, space images are okay. But beings... in the city shots, all that kind of crazy stuff, I can't show. Now, I do get this information too. There are agents on this world, white hats and black hats. I get white hats who protect me and black hats who try to break into and cause mayhem. And it's been a couple of months since black hats broke in, so I've got a lot of protection at all the time. I mean, it's ridiculous. It gets to the point where I was talking with my boys out back the 4th? It was 2 nights ago. I said, they're like, Dad, what do you think? You don't take pictures all the time. And I'm like, unless it's really, really, really low, what's the point? They're out there every night. And they've told me they're protecting me. So, I mean, how many times am I going to take a shot of a light, like 3 light ships over me? I mean, like, you're going to get bored of that. I'm bored. Not that I'm bored of it. I'm very humble and grateful that I'm protected. But also, at the same time, I'm like, there's only so many shots. So, but when I have, like, orange globes and they're, like, really low and they're, like, over crowds of people, yeah, I'm going to put that on because that's pretty crazy. Because I have so many witnesses, like, you can't deny it. And then I get contact, and they're like, true. So I'll answer a few questions, and then at least everyone's updated, and I feel good because I got the information out, and I haven't been taken down, so that's awesome. So let me just see on here what's going on. I have not been looking on here. I'm trying to get this attention. Prince of Contact Alex. Oliver says, He'll review it before the episode is done. No worries. Oh, what are we talking about? He'll review it. Oh, contact. Yeah, so contact is what I was when I go July 6th at 3:53 p.m. I go through what I received, like in order, and every episode is in order by the date and time. I timestamp everything. It's all we're this far into the third manuscript, full of data. The 777 and 888 hertz. Now, some of you guys out there might know a lot about hertz and frequencies and harmonics, and we know about some of that information from studies and different things, but confirmation that these ships are using those specific frequencies, 777 hertz, 888 hertz, and they're communicating. That's pretty amazing. Can't beat that. Not at all crazy. We heard a buzz. No, I haven't received anything. Will hear any notifications he gets on his phone. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I get messages from around the world. It's cool. I love it. I try to answer everybody, but I just can't. I'm at a point where maybe my whatever is it, the views or whatever, however that works. But the messages that do pour in, maybe privately, that maybe it just doesn't show up. It's at a point where I'm like Tara will help me. She has an idea how we're gonna, because my explanation is this, and I was talking to Tara about this. Oh, sorry, Tara, I'm gonna call you out. She's like, Alex, you're not gonna be able to, you can't keep up with this. And I'm like, well, listen, what if there's somebody in some kind of country in like Zimbabwe or wherever, and they're like, this is their only chance to have a question, and it's that important to them. I think it's important that I try to respond to almost anybody and everybody I can, because if I can do it, I will do it, because I know what it would feel like if I wasn't receiving contact and I was into learning information to try to, because I get contact and I try to talk to some people who do get contact, that they say they get contact, and they don't even respond to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Like crazy. Like I have and some of them started in 2017, 2018. I've been getting contact, 2013, and I can't even get a response out of you. And I get like future proofs, past stuff. Like what do you want from me? Like I have witnesses, people are seeing. Like, what do you want? So, anyways, I'm not a hater on them or anything. I understand maybe they got books and popular and they have events and they're just caught up in the world. But who am I? You know. But I would hope. So I try to think about that and do like that. Let me reach out to that person, because that's the right thing to do. Let me do the best that I can, because I can't be everywhere at once, Let's see. Hey, Auntie, David Wills, hello. Have you had the chance to ask how the race codes work? Oh, Oliver, can I call it out? Oliver's helping me with looking at some data. So I read your email. I think it hits home on a lot of points. I am finding things similar to, like the DNA and the different codes. So the race codes guys are like dash, double dot, dash, double dot, dash. So all these different codes, and I have a black ledger. And this black ledger is not my manuscript, and it's not my journal. It's a black ledger, and anything with like a name of a being, a deity, a fleet, a name of a fleet, a name of a system, a constellation, a planet, a moon, anything that's like a keyword that I just can't find in my research or anything that I receive from contact. I put it into this black ledger, and I have this long list of race codes. Everyone has a race code. And it specifically correlates with your genetics. How that works any deeper, they say I know a lot, and I will remember a lot when I leave. But being here, I have to I'm trying to study and figure this all out. Some of you are experts, but Oliver, thank you so much for helping me. I'll be in touch because in prep for this show, in between just finishing the manuscript, I got to read it, and I'm like, oh wow, there's some good stuff in here. So I think even getting you probably on board with advisory on that subject, because you're privy to it, and we can, and it takes a team. It takes a team to decipher some of this stuff. Have you had it? 777 is Trump's number. What is the hertz again? So 777 hertz and 888 hertz. And it is frequencies and it is communications. And they identify between light chips. And it's for communications. So I can program them into my ham radio receiver. I don't know. That's the cool thing. What if that is the case? I know these guys aren't lying to me. So, try it. If something happens, let me know. I never had a guest on a show or anything, but if you start getting contact using hertz and however that works, then that's amazing, and I'll have you on the show and we'll talk, and that's cool. And I don't hide anything. I disclose it. See, there's no pay for play here. Like I'm giving you the information, what they're telling me. I wonder who came up with the race code system and who gives that race a particular code. Who is the first? That's a good question. It sounds like it goes all the way to the top. It sounds like it goes all the way to the top. King of Kings kind of top. Military comms are located on 14. Does that say 14,000 or 14? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. Have you had a chance to digest chapter, what is that, 26, Cosmic Doctrine in regards to the law of limitation and invoking the cosmic force? Could that be our light from the ground as defense on 810? I haven't got that far because a lot has been going on. I can tell you, I think the light forces on the ground are you guys. Everyone who's involved with anything to do with, as long as you're not like doing crazy, I think if your heart is in the right intent, I think if you're in the right place, you believe that there's God, if you're really like trying to help people, I think that if you're a good intentioned person, I think that you could be a part of a light force. That's what I think they're trying. I think that's why they're telling me I have a limited amount of time to reach people to get them to speed on, because there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of people who believe a lot of things. I'm just telling you what they're telling me. And we're not just talking about races. They admit that these races are out there, but there's an angelic level. Angelic level. So if we're going up to that level, and they're talking about God, and what do you want me to tell you? So the council. So there's councils. This is Council 9, Council 5, the Council of Iridian, the Syrian Council. The council with the Galactic Federation. There's the council. You know how many councils there are? But an angelic council? Now we're getting into off the chart territory stuff, coming from outside different galaxies. I understand that you say every night there are ships here. That's why I stopped saying it, that they are here protecting us every night. Yeah, some of you have it as well. I'm not the only person. I'm not just a special person that only Alex gets ships. No, a lot of you get them. You just got to open your eyes. Some of you just got to relax. Some of you, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of people who have never seen anything. And we have had personal interaction, and then they started seeing stuff. And I'm not telling you that, like some people, they're like, I'm going to take you on this trip, and you're going to pay me, and we're going to go to the beach. I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just saying, and I'm going to let you see. No. It's all out there. It's happening, and the sightings are through the roof. They're everywhere. It's everywhere. And they even said just today in Contact, the word I couldn't say, the accumulation is the growing numbers, because everything's about to happen. August 10th. Remember August 10th. It says 777 hertz is angelic. Is it? 777 hertz is angelic. Well, there you go. I mean, there you go. I need a reference to that, but if that's, well, there you go. I mean, I'm in for helping advice in that area, Oliver. Thank you, Oliver. We're the Calvary. That's right. We are the Calvary. We are. No one is doing it for us. We have to do it. We have to do it. When they called you a fool, I love this. I've been called a fool for changing a timeline years ago. But let's see. When they called you a fool, do you think it was the good guys or bad guys? I've never heard that good guys talk to you that way. I have been called a fool in the past for the fool that has changed the time. Because believe it or not, we have free will. This is what I know from Contact. So, in the realm of free will, you can't change the overall arc of the plan, but you can change the route of how to get there. So, there were things that I was supposed to do that I didn't accomplish, that was expected for me to accomplish, and then I was called the fool that changed the time. And in the future, you will understand. So, all will be known. So... I'm not perfect, okay? So I'm trying my best. Who can stay sane and do all this? This is nuts. Meditate using these musical frequencies, many on YouTube. Yeah, actually, good, Roxanne, that's a really good point, because I just started to look at, even Tara sent me the frequencies where they're just, yeah, she sent me, it was from YouTube. It's the exact frequencies that I was listening to them, the pitches, and I was like, whoa, meditation, this is probably going to... So you're on the money. I think we're on the money. I was taken, David. And there are a lot of people who have had experiences. And just think about this. Think about all the people who have not spoken up, or don't have a voice, or they don't feel like they'll be heard, or they'll be ridiculed, or they've had experiences, good, bad, the ugly. So, David, I appreciate you, brother, in many ways. 777 is an angel number. Calgary came up, not Calvary. Calgary came up, not Calgary. Hold up. Calvary. Oh, yeah. I'm like, Calgary, Canada? Like, what are we talking about here? Phrase. He's Contact mentioned any weaknesses in the insectoid exoskeleton. That's a good... Right? So, so supposedly these things they're not small. Insectoids are, they have an exoskeleton. I'll have to do some research and look in old Contact if there's anything to do with weakness, or that's some scary stuff. It's not scary. I'm terrified, but it's scary to think, like, if you saw an 8 to 10 to 12 foot thing in front of you that has an exoskeleton, you'd probably, I don't know. Let's get to that road when we get to it. But that's a good point. Let me do some research and see if in old Contact there's anything. Let's see. Why I'm in that province? Like, no, Lisa, Calgary. That's Calvary. Like a cavalry, like horseback bunch of people. I saw a ship just above treetop that spanned the sky, approximately a city block long cigar reflecting the sunlight. Yeah, it's an amazing story, Roxanne. Is that the same one that you were talking to me about the other day? All right. Calgary Church. I'm not sure. I don't know about all that yet. We're going to get there. Guys, episode 31, we did it. We're up to date. Even Commander Doug was able to jump on. Yeah, we have many to fight those ugly insectoid things. I was thinking the other day that a sword might be a good thing to get. Ammo may not take them out. I don't know. Where is it written that it says, it just popped in my brain. Those who live by the sword die by the sword. I don't know why that just popped in my brain. But I'm not saying I didn't say I got a download, or I didn't say I just got contact. That's just something that just popped in my brain. We have to be mindful. Where Jesus was crucified. Oh, Angela. Ooh, that's a good point. Wow. Angela sends it home. Wow. Yep. We have a lot of research, guys. Be kind to one another. And in some of these texts, if you look, it actually says, kind of feel sorry for your enemy, even though like the horrible and bad things that they do. I mean, they're gonna lose in the end. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know why it's crazy. Mantis behead each other. Yeah, they eat the female eats the male, and then sometimes eats their children. I don't know. Does that mean the insectoids do that too? Who knows? I know that insectoid queen is coming, and we have. I would have enough supplies just in case some. I'm not saying don't. It's not fear. Just know August 10th. Just know have enough stuff to get by. And we're going to continue. And there's a lot of stuff going terrestrially on this world besides contact, with all these power moves, with all these countries and all this stuff going on. And don't be deceived by your brainwashing, mind control TVs. Be careful. There's a lot of misinformation. Operation Mockingbird. What? Plants cloak me. Well, I would love to be cloaked with a plant. That would be pretty cool. They're talking to you through me, Alex. Right on. You guys are all, I think that's what it is. You guys are all going to figure this out. If your frequency is high enough, they cannot see you. Your light masks you. Yeah, and they also tell me in contact that your light, you have a pillar of light that can be seen from space. And depending on how strong of the light it is or not, it can fluctuate. And you're actually visible. So there's no hiding from certain things. You're seen. There's no, you're known. Align and hang tight. Yeah, that's all we can do, right? Guys, I'll jump on Discord for a little bit, and I'll also take some personal messages. Forgive me. I got the BGs, the bubbly guts, and it's been a rough few days, and I've been under some stress, so I love you all. And Commander Doug, thank you for your service, and thank you for being on board tonight. And David, thank you for your service. Yeah, it sounds like if you go through the community, David, there's a lot, or getting information about getting picked up, or I don't know. My time keeps changing. It was supposed to be less than 9 years now. It didn't say closer, but it did sound like it is, and there could even be a medical thing in earlier contact episodes where I have medical conditions. So yeah, that's because I'm this weird hybrid or whatever. Guys, I love you. Have a good night, and this has been episode 31. I'll let you know anything that's breaking, but in the meantime, remember August 10th. Be safe. They're going to probably try to mix it with a false thing with real stuff going on. And there's a lot of deception. Remember, dark side can only copy and twist and invert. They can't create anything new. So with that being said, we already know what they're going to do, 2 steps ahead of what they're going to do. Love you all. Have a good night. And I'll see you on the other side.